Hello and welcome in this presentation of the crime scene analysis outfit. The crime scene analysis outfit is made of a mask and of gloves for your forensics units or crime scene units. Okay, for the mask, the version is common for all DAS and poser users, so you can drag and drop it on Michael 4, or if you are poser 8 or below users, you have to select Michael 4, double click on the mask, it's loading, then select the mask and make figure conform to Michael 4. That's very important for poser 8 and below users to make this operation, because these clothes are, this outfit is super conforming. It means that it will follow automatically the morphs of Michael 4. For DAS 9 and above users, it's done automatically, and for poser 8 and below users, you have first to select Michael 4 and then to load the outfit. Now I have two types of gloves. It's because these gloves include normal maps to give folds to the gloves, and the normal maps and the displacement maps don't work the same in poser 8 and below versions and in poser 9 versions. So here I am going to add my glove and conform them to Michael 4. Okay. Now, first thing is the material options. You can find them as poses here in V3D Crime Scene Analysis outfit. And first of all, you have many hiding materials and poses. Here I can hide, as you see, the left glove, and I can show it back again. I can hide the right glove and show it back again. All right. I can hide the end of Michael 4 if, for instance, you have poke through. I've done a lot in order to fight against poke through, but yet in some extreme circumstances, for instance like this, you have a little poke here. It's because it's very complicated to program it. I've tried to make a program to fight against it. And the thing is that it corrects this defect in some situations, but in most other situations it presents ugly results. That's why the best thing you have to do is to select Michael 4, okay, and hide his right hand. And now you don't see the pokes anymore. Okay, the gloves are made so that you can hide the hands without any problems. This was hiding and showing tools. You can show it back again. Show it the right hand. Show Michael 4 right hand. Let's select Michael 4. Okay, show Michael 4 right hand. Now, concerning the textures, we are going to have a look at the mask textures. For this, you don't have a lot of things to know. You have a green mask and a white mask. The bump is configured by default to be very fine at this distance. Maybe some of you don't know, but the bump results depends on the camera distance. Here, if we make a little render, I don't know what I have as a rendering settings. I don't remember. No, it's not too slow. Here, if we make a little render, it is, you see, slightly bumpy. Whenever you want to increase this bump effect, you can easily select your mask, go in materials, and here for each material you can increase this bump value. For instance, I want the horizontal borders to be twice or three times more bumpy. So here I put 0.0.1. I replace 0.0.1 by 0.0.3. Okay, here we are. And now if I make a render, the bump will be much more apparent. You see, we begin, maybe if we compare, you see the difference on the bump. It has, as a result, more contrast and a more bumpy effect. You see the difference. Okay, the mask has another, and you can do this for also for the mask holders and for each part of the mask. And you have the white mask option, and you can find these materials either in the pose or directly in materials. Okay, now let's go for the gloves. These are the gloves. The gloves have materials for different materials. Either you are on pose 6 to pose 8 or pose 9 and above. Here I take the pose 9 and above since I'm on the Pose Pro 2012. Numbers are very difficult for me in English. Now you have the option left glove blue. You can change your glove color glove by glove. Left glove blue, right glove blue, and left glove yellow and right glove yellow. Now if we take, if we frame it, okay, let's give a more natural pose. Values, reset, all. Okay, we'll come back to the initial pose. Now if we make a little render, let's change a little bit the lights, for instance, like that. And we have, oh my god, I focused on the light. Okay, let's make a render of the glove. Maybe I should decrease my render settings because we are going to lose our times. No. These lights are not really nice. What do I have as lights? Pose Pro. Let's take the Poser default lights. Basic light sets. Yes, this one is pretty nice. The one I had made too hard shadows. Okay, the shadows are much softer now. Okay, so it gives, and let's go back to the render, it gives the impression that the folds of the gloves are the wrong way. It does not, it took me a while to understand this. It does not depend on the map I'm using for creating the folds. It does depend on the lights, actually. The only thing you have to do, if you have the impression that your folds are the wrong way, the only thing you have to do, here I'm going to explain how to play with these folds and this fold value. Here I have the impression it's the wrong way, so the only thing I have to do is to take my glove in the material room, take my gloves and change the sign of the gradient bump. That's all you have to do. Now, if we make a little render, it's appearing the right way, okay? The folds, which are driven by the normal map, are appearing the right way. Now, if you find that these folds are too strong, once again, you select your glove, go in your material room, okay, and these were too strong, so let's decrease this value by twice the value, okay, and here, you render again, and now the apparent folds will be twice lower. You can decrease, if you find it again too strong, you can still decrease it to 0.1, for instance, and now you're going to have very low fold appearance. That is the way for poser users, and it works the same. You see here, we don't see, we almost not see anymore the gloves. You can go back to completely flat gloves, for instance. by putting a 0 value on the normal map. And these are going to be completely flat. That's the way for poser users, all poser versions, to play with the value of the faults. I have faults which are related to this normal map, but I have also created morphs. I am in the gloves, okay. I have morphs here, upstairs, and I have to select my body of my gloves, okay? Body, not body parts. And in the body, I have two kinds of morphs. I have the adjustment morphs, and I have the shape morphs. And in these shape morphs, the two last ones, number 4 and number 5, are to add morphs directly on the mesh. But they are necessarily bigger faults because if you want to keep a pretty light mesh, you necessarily have to make a large faults, otherwise you see the mesh. Okay, so you can make faults like that. For instance, here you remember that my normal map is 0, so there are no faults due to textures. The faults here are only due to morphs. So I'm putting back these morphs to 0. As other morphs, you have short gloves, short and round edges gloves, and on the right here, on the right part, round edges with a sharp border here, and round edges with a softer border. Okay. You're not forced to put it at 1, you put it at 0.8, for instance. And here you have these round edges. Okay. And if you take the sharp border, you will see that it will be much sharper. Here we go. It's much sharper, and you cannot. Let's come back to the gloves. You cannot come back to. I was already on the forearm. Sorry. No, I was on the body. Sorry for this, guys and ladies. I am lost in my morphs. These are shape morphs. Okay, these are here. I thought I had taken the right forearm, but I had taken the body. The thing is that if you try to combine short and this morph, it doesn't work. That's why I have created a morph where you have directly short and round edges. No, I won't hide anything. When you move Michael hand and when you use short gloves, sometimes you have pokes there. It's because the gloves are programmed so that this part this part of the glove should be around here. So everything is calculated as if this part here was approximately there. That's why holes appear. And for this, I have created adjustment morphs. And for this and for some other situations. Here I am on the right forearm and I want to adjust the right forearm. Here you see, it's make the right forearm larger so that you can, this way you can remove the holes. And if you move Michael 4 hand and you see that you don't need to adjust the forearm anymore, you can adjust it back this way. So this way you can adjust the forearm. Okay. You can adjust, let's go back to 0. You can adjust the thumb base on each side of the cloth. You can adjust the thumb to the wrist junction. Let's put the other ones to 0. 0. Okay, the thumb to the wrist junction. And you can adjust the wrists. Okay, and this way you should be able to cover most situations. If I put this back to 0, is it possible? Figure values. Where are value editor? Okay, reset all. Okay. And why are there holes sometimes when you put gloves short? There are holes sometimes here when Michael is moving his hand. So in this case, either you hide Michael for hand, or you adjust. You use the adjustment of the gloves, and this should solve all your problems. That's all. Is that all for the gloves? So 2 things to remember for the gloves. You can exactly make the folds you want either by morphing the mesh or by going in material and putting a gradient bump one direction or the other one. This is the first direction. Okay, and maybe some people like this way, but I prefer it the other way around. I change the sign. Okay, and the result will depend on the lighting. It almost drove me crazy during developing these gloves. I did not understand. I was spending my time changing the normal map, and I did not understand because the results were not constant. All right, it took me a while to find the settings that I wanted to show you. So, for instance, I'm going to make a little render of this light configuration. All right, so with this light configuration, you have almost no folds here, and you have slight negative folds there. Now, if I come back to one of the default lights, okay, and I make a render back again, you will have a totally different impression. And yet, I have not changed anything at all. That's what I mean by normal map effects depends a lot of lighting conditions. Okay, you see, it's not the same at all. So, depending on your light condition, you may have to go in the material room and slightly adjust the gradient bump value. That's all. Just to finish with this, everything I'm telling there is also working for the companion files of the Genesis glove versions for Poser Genesis, if you see what I mean. Okay, one last point is concerning the full body morphs and micro 4 morphs. If you change the shape of micro 4, the shape of all the rest will follow, okay? And if you want, so I'm going to put this back to 0, value editor, reset all. Okay, except the pose, okay. Well, anyway, and if you change only the head of Michael 4, that's full head and face, is it there? Okay, face round, for instance. Let's frame it a little bit more. Face round, face size. You see the mask. The mask will follow. Okay, for a lot of Michael 4 settings. Okay, see it's most of them will follow. Okay, and the mask has also intrinsic morphs. I'm going to put this back to 0. Value editor, reset all. Okay, and the mask itself has morphs that you can find here. You can pinch it around the nose. Okay, you can change the height of the bottom parts, of the top parts. You can put it away from face. We see it this way. You can put it more away from face, totally in a face, but it has no sense. You can change the thickness of the holders. Put it back to 0, and the front can be larger or not. You can wrap it a bit along the chin and play with the bottom part 8, for instance, to wrap it better. Okay, just this way. Okay, this way you can change the shape of the mask. I think that's all for this presentation of the mask and the gloves concerning poser users. Thank you for watching this presentation. I hope that you will have a lot of fun with your crime scenes now. Have a nice day and have a creative day, and bye bye everybody.